Here's my updated skincare routine as a dermatologist in my 40s, and this is my fall skincare routine by popular demand. We're going to start with the morning skincare routine first. Really the only thing that I've done so far is take off my glasses and put my contacts in. I usually don't put my contacts in right away, but I really wouldn't be able to see you guys. Of note, I do have a magnifying mirror here that if you guys need a good rec, this is amazing. I think it's the Simple Human. I'll go ahead and put a link for the mirror down below. I really need a magnifying mirror. I've needed one since my 40s. It just really helps me apply all my skincare. So I have laid out all my skincare routine for the morning right here for you guys. We're gonna go over what exactly am I using. I'm gonna try to talk about why I use it, how it feels, and things like that. So this video will be really my updated fall skincare routine, but it's also gonna be like, what should you or should you not be doing in your 40s? And then I'll mention some things that I use summer versus winter and fall, and then some things that are more like in your 30s versus 40s and up. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Brown. I'm a board certified dermatologist. I have been practicing dermatology for 15 years. Thank you for watching this, and welcome back to my channel. Now, I have to let you in on a little secret. I do not wash my face with soap and water in the morning. All I'm gonna do here is just get some water on a washcloth. I have a whole bunch of these washcloths. I've purchased them probably years ago. They're from Amazon. I love them because they have this little hook, so you can just hook them and they dry later. Perfect for removing makeup, for really just taking off your night skincare. And I did use tretinoin and moisturizer and everything like that last night. So in the mornings, I just like to remove my nighttime routine. I'm really not looking to like strip my barrier or anything like that. Now, if you do want to wash your face in the morning, you're in your 40s, anything that is hydrating, so CeraVe cream to foam cleanser, or even like what I have here for my soap cleanser right now, actually for my hand, is the CeraVe hydrating foaming oil cleanser. I use this to wash my hands within the winter months, but sometimes I'll use it to wash my face as well. It really is a face cleanser. And I do apply my nighttime skincare routine on my neck, so I'm gonna make sure my neck is clean. And I'll often apply all my morning skincare to my chest because I'm wearing scrubs when I'm going to work. I have a crew neck top today, so I'm not gonna get it on my chest. All right, now the skin is a clean. Nighttime skincare routines wiped. The first step that I do every single morning is topical vitamin C. Right now, I am using the SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic, this one right here. I love this product. I don't love the dropper bottle. I don't love the price. So the way I apply it is just a few drops into my palm. Make sure that dropper goes back in there. And then I apply it to my entire face. You will notice that my entire skincare routine goes all the way up to my eyelids, to my lower eyelids. I don't really apply it to the upper eyelids, mostly because I have hooded eyelids, so I don't like too much product on my upper eyelids. But this will go, the vitamin C will go on my entire face, neck, chest, and my lower eyelids all the way up to my lash line. For my neck, honestly, sometimes I'll apply it in a downward motion. It's not ideal. You should either apply it in the upward motion or just dab it on. The question I commonly get is, how long do you wait in between steps? Not very long. If you notice, I'm kind of dabbing around because if I was applying and wiping it, it would be already tight because it's already starting to dry. Notice I'm going all the way on my lower lash line. I am applying that vitamin C serum on my eyebrows, into the hairline, my neck and chest. All right, that dries pretty quick. Now, I do want to make a note that I use this vitamin C, the CE Ferulic from SkinCeuticals in the fall, winter months. In the summer, I prefer their Floritin CF. It's just a little bit less hydrating, a little bit better maybe for hyperpigmentation. It still has the L-ascorbic acid for the active ingredient in here. If you want something a little bit more budget friendly and you still want the original L-ascorbic acid, I did recently finish the bottle of Lucency from Prequel. I loved it. It's very similar to SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic. It does come in a pump, which I much prefer over the dropper bottle. And I'll tell you my next one. I already know what I'm going to use because my CE Ferulic is almost done. There's not much in there. Timeless vitamin C is going to be my next one. It comes in different percentages. This happens to be 20%. If you have sensitive skin, start with a lower, maybe 10 or 15%, but this is very budget-friendly option. Also has L-ascorbic acid, which is really only good for like not super sensitive skin. I consider my skin to be sensitive, not terribly sensitive, but somewhat sensitive. And I'll tell you, if your skin is very sensitive and all these vitamin C's are like irritating or you're concerned about it, get something with THD ascorbate, which is the less irritating form of vitamin C. It's still just as effective. This is the Ultra Advanced from Skin Better. This one is empty. I do love this. I love it for travel. My only beef with it is that I can't see how much is left in there. Same with the Prequel. You just can't see how much is left. That's one of my pet peeves with some of these bottles. Okay, now that that's dry, we're gonna apply, sometimes I just go straight to like moisturizer and sunscreen, but sometimes apply another active. I'm gonna go ahead and apply another one just because I get a lot of questions. How do you layer them? And I want you to see it like for what it really is, the hot mess of products that I apply and how I decide what to apply. So if I'm going to apply another active, I do like this niacinamide and TXA. The tranexamic acid helps with a little bit of hyperpigmentation. I do have some marks, a little bit of melasma lingering around. So let's apply this one next. And I have to look in my mirror here. Jeez. There we go. It's very similar consistency to the vitamin C that I just applied. So you could really layer them in any order that you want to. I'm not really spreading really hard. I'm just pushing very lightly. Again, getting all the way under the eyes. And we're gonna let that dry a little bit too. I always have to pull my hair back. I absolutely cannot stand my skincare getting on my hair. My hair is very fine, so any little bit of product on there that's not meant to be in the hair just makes it look kind of sticky and greasy. Now, other serums that you could use in place of this one had tranexamic acid and niacinamide, so I'm looking to help brighten the pigmentation a little bit, to help with the pore size, to help calm down inflammation with niacinamide. It's a really good gentle all-in-one for just about any skin type. Now, another serum that I recently finished using is the SkinCeuticals PTOX. This has ergoline, so if you're somebody who's not using Botox or you want Botox-like effect because it'll help minimize some of the movement lines, or if you're using Botox, Dysport, Daxify, and you want to prolong the longevity of it, this is another good option. I was applying this on top of my vitamin C serum, but that is empty. So that step right there is completely optional. You don't have to do it. You can totally go from your vitamin C, moisturizer, sunscreen. That's it. But I'm going to try and be a little bit extra in here just to give you like the full picture of what all you could include, or if you wanted to include it, how would you incorporate it? So this, I find these serums kind of sticky, but like if I wanted to wipe it, like I can't, it's already dry, it's done. And typically I would go to moisturizer, but I'm going to show you just one more serum that if you wanted to apply an active, and I'm going to go ahead and apply it for you because a lot of people are asking about estrogen creams and how to incorporate them. Sometimes I use it morning, evening, sometimes I don't use it at all. For the purpose of this video, I really wanted to include the aloe. This is the M4 serum. It has estriol 0.3% as well as peptides. It's not their cream. This is the serum. I like this in the morning. I tend to use like one pump. Now, even though this is a serum, see how it's thicker than the other serums I've used so far. So when you're layering multiple serums, you kind of go thin to thick. And serums, when layering, you want to apply your toner first or your essence, then your serum. Then you want to apply your lotion, and then you apply your cream. So this was just like one pump for the whole face and then spread it all the way down to the neck. You could totally use like 2 pumps for this. I'm using very little because I'm layering probably an extra layer for you guys today, just so you can see how you might want to do it, but I don't want it to peel. So the way I'm doing this to accomplish more layers but not peeling is a couple ways. 1, I'm not using too much. 2, I am kind of dabbing it on. And 3, and this is so important, I'm letting it dry in between layers. All right, you've applied your vitamin C serum and another active serum or 2 like I just did for you guys. The next step is 100% optional, again, just like last one. This is an eye cream. You don't have to apply eye cream, and if I'm gonna be honest, in the mornings, I probably forget eye cream like 9 out of 10 times. But if I am gonna apply one, I have used the In Beauty Project Bright and Tight Loved it, loved it, loved it, finished it. It has tranexamic acid, vitamin C, caffeine, so it'll help with the dark circles. I am currently using the Extreme Cream from In Beauty Project again. This one's a little bit thicker, a little bit more hydrating, and it has peptides and amino acids, so it's gonna help brighten and tighten a little bit. And then the one I've also been using for a while, you guys haven't seen me use this before, is the Dermatology Peptide Complex. This is a really cool serum stick that you just kind of like rub on. It's a little bit more hydrating than the other two, if you will. I used it the other day before I went on my long walk in the morning, and it was so cool because it almost like occluded that skin under there in a good way to where my eyes, they get very watery if it's cold outside and I'm walking for like 5-6 miles. If my eyes did water, I didn't notice it at all. It was amazing. So I went ahead and applied that peptide complex. Again, I forget this like 9 out of 10 times in the morning, if we're gonna be fully transparent, but I did it for you guys just so you can see how layering would work. So my eye cream went after my serums because it's a cream, it's a little bit thicker, and it's still working. Again, totally optional. Next step that I didn't used to do in my 30s, I used to just go straight to sunscreen or get something like moisturizer with sunscreen. You can certainly still do that. But if I am trying to like plump and hydrate and I want all the help I can get really in my 40s, next step is gonna be a moisturizer. So for this, the two that I'm currently using, I am between the Rock Hydration Serum with hyaluronic acid and collagen. You're really not absorbing these collagen. The hyaluronic acid and collagen here are just helping plump the skin, and I like it a lot. I don't think it's gonna layer really well on top of my estriol because it's more of a serum, so I'm probably gonna use the cream today. If I didn't apply my estriol, if I just had my tranexamic acid here, my rock hydration will go perfectly on top of it. But because I did the estriol, I don't think this is gonna go on top very nice at all because it's very like light. So we're gonna pass on that. I'm gonna use this guy today, and this is almost empty. I hope there's enough in there to squeeze it out for you guys. I absolutely love this. This is similar to the PTOX. It has a little bit of adrenaline in it, so it will help prolong your Botox effects and help with some of the movement lines. I love it, love it, love it in the morning. Now, if you want some peptides, but you're like, I don't care about the movement, I just want hydration, let me show you two briefly. They're my empties. This is the Skin Fix. You have the triple lipid peptide cream and the skin barrier restoring gel cream. So the gel cream is better for like oily or combination skin or summertime, whereas the triple lipid peptide cream is better for dry skin that needs hydration or like fall and winter months. I have finished both of these and love them. For fall winter, I would probably pick this one, but because mine's empty, we're gonna go ahead and use my Peter Thomas Roth Peptide Skin Injection. This is the infusion cream. I do have their serum too. I tend to prefer the cream. It just feels heavenly. All right, getting my hair out of the way again, and let's see how much of this we can squeeze out, you guys. It's almost empty, but I got quite a bit actually, just so you can see how that goes on. God, it feels amazing. Okay, I'm making sure this gets into those nasal labials, under my eyes, on my neck. Those are like my target areas, but then I'm gonna spread it everywhere. And again, I'm kind of patting it in, if you will, at this point. Forehead's last, it barely gets any of it, but it gets some. I'm getting my upper lip as well. All right, and the last step here is gonna be sunscreen. You guys know I'm a huge fan of tinted sunscreen. All I use on my face is tinted sunscreen. These have been my go-tos lately. So we have the Instant Air Fotona Ageless. It is super lightweight. It is a little bit darker, so I don't think I'm gonna use this today. I have been wearing this a lot in my videos. You guys have seen me with it. It's my go-to for work and things like that. It blends in beautifully, okay? But on weekends, it is weekend today. I'm gonna use my In Beauty Project Mineral Sun Glow. This is SPF 43. I have this in the fair medium, but I also have it in the medium. The fair medium tends to blend in a little bit better on my skin. Man down. And look how beautifully that blends in. So this is pure mineral sunscreen. It is going to hydrate. Being that it's pure mineral, everyone worries about the white cast. You're gonna get 0 of that. It does leave you with a nice glow, so if you don't like the glow, she's really not your girl. But it's really like perfect for every day, for like no makeup look. It doesn't really provide any coverage in my experience. The Istin has a little bit more coverage if you want. There's some antioxidants in this sunscreen as well. And one question I did get on one of my videos is, do you still apply vitamin C underneath? And I 100% do apply vitamin C underneath it. I just don't feel like there's enough antioxidant in the sunscreen itself. It's a great protection, really good to have it all in there, but it's just not enough. All right, that's on there. It feels kind of heavy right now, to be honest with you. I do like to make sure I get it into my hairline. I do like to make sure it is on my eyebrows, and then I'll just get a Q-tip later and get it just out of the actual eyebrow hairs if I see any. But I'm really not seeing any. And it feels nice. Like if I was to see that, it's hydrating. I don't see anything peeling. Like it feels amazing. Now I don't love the tinted sunscreen on my neck and chest because I don't like getting it on my clothing. It is very difficult to get out. So for my neck, I'm going to use either like, here I have Neutrogena Hydro Boost. This is SPF 50. I love this. It hydrates so nice. You could totally, if you don't suffer from melasma or you're not worried about tinted sunscreen, you can just use this on your whole face. Or I'll grab one of my Korean ones. I have a ton of them. Beauty of Joseon was probably my favorite. Finished 2 bottles of it. I have Purito here. They're both SPF 50. It really makes no difference as long as it's SPF 30, which one you're using. So we're going to get some sunscreen and apply it to neck and chest. Now most of the time when I'm doing this, like for work, I am wearing my scrubs already. So I'm going to go ahead and apply it all the way down my chest, or I'm just like in my nightgown or something like that, my pajamas. So all of this skincare is usually going onto my chest. It's just not being demonstrated right now. And I'll probably hit the mic for you guys and you would not like that. So this is it. This is my morning skincare routine. Comment below, let me know what you think. I will come back tonight and do my nighttime skincare for you guys. I hope I apply some makeup so you can see how that actually goes off with the cleansers, but I don't always wear makeup on weekends. So we'll come back in just later today and do the nighttime routine. Hey guys, it is time to do our nighttime skincare routine as a dermatologist in my 40s going through perimenopause. So let's go through what I've already done because I ended up not putting makeup on today, so I'm not gonna wash my face. I wash my face, well, I'm not gonna wash my face for you, but I wash my face in the shower 99.99% of the time with scorching hot water, according to my husband. He's probably not wrong. It's terrible for you, okay? It's terrible, but it brings me joy, it makes me happy, so I just moisturize afterwards. And you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, that I love double cleansing, and I am particularly low-key addicted to Elemis Cleansing Balm. I have the original, I finished the Black Cherry, I love them both. I'm actually using a cleansing oil right now. So I already washed my face, I did double cleanse, I used the cleansing oil from Istin, and then I followed with the Istin Foaming Cleanser. Or Essential Purifier Foaming Cleanser. This one's really cool. It comes out as foam. It really does a good job cleaning and leaving my skin nice and hydrated. Now, if you want like a simpler cleanser, I'll tell you the next one that's going in my shower, and it's kind of been going back and forth, is the CeraVe Cream to Foam Cleanser. I love this one. My daughter uses it too. It's great for eczema. It's great for sensitive skin, any sort of dry, irritated skin, hands, face, body, all of the above. So this is also in the shower along with this guy, but this is just what I've used tonight. So is double cleansing necessary? 100% not necessary. I just enjoy it. And I'd say I double cleanse 99% of the time. If you use your regular cleanser for a good 30 to 60 seconds and your skin feels clean afterwards, you do not need to double cleanse. Let's get into the actual skincare routine. So what am I applying to my skin? First thing I do is I apply a toner. I am low-key addicted to the toner, the original, not the light, even though I'm running super low in the original, and I just started the light. I prefer the original. Light is better if you have like acne-prone, combination, or oily skin. The original is probably better if you have a dry, sensitive skin or perimenopause skin like I do. So we're gonna try and squeeze the last few drops out of this original for you guys. Oh, that's plenty actually. And this feels amazing. It does have a really light scent. And I'll tell you, also when I'm applying my nighttime skincare routine, I'm not usually wearing much, and this usually goes all the way down on my chest. So I'm gonna stop right about here because I've got a mic, I don't wanna hit it for you guys. But this usually goes, most of my skincare goes all the way down. And unlike my morning skincare routine, which I was not quite applying to my eyelids, I don't know if you've noticed my upper eyelids, I just applied this on there. This one is a little bit thicker than the light version, almost, you can't really hear it, but see that, like the bounce that you get from it? It's really cool. All right, we're gonna let that absorb. My next step is going to be an eye cream. I have 2 night eye creams. You don't have to have a daytime and a nighttime eye cream. I just happen to have a lot of eye creams and I like eye creams. But at night I really like retinols and peptides. So my 2 favorites are the Rock Retinol and then Neocutis Lumiere. This is the Firm Reach. This is the little bit thicker version of it. I'm going to go ahead and use the Rock Retinol eye cream tonight. It is super lightweight, but it has the original Rock Retinol. And I don't know, I always feel like I need to like dab it in. I don't know. I am going to apply this to the upper lid just a little bit. Now, if you have super sensitive skin and you want to use a retinol, you could apply this on the other areas, like around the mouth. Do you need to be using retinol eye cream, or can you apply tretinoin to your eyelids? You can certainly apply tretinoin all the way to your eyelids. That is an issue only if you have rosacea. I have rosacea, my eyes are red like 90% of the time. And if you have dry eyes, which I also have dry eyes, retinols are vitamin A derivatives. They can cause dryness and irritation. And if applied close to the eye, it can make those dry eye symptoms worse. Now my next serum on my face, nighttime is kind of when I layer things, is going to be this Dermatology Needless Growth Factor serum. Sometimes I do peptides, sometimes I do growth factors, it just depends. But there's always like a toner and then a serum. In the morning you saw me use tranexamic acid with niacinamide. I'm going to do a couple pumps of this. This dermatology serum is relatively new to me. I really like the way it feels. I love how it goes on. I have used it sometimes just in the evenings. I have also used it a couple times a day. All right, and the next question is usually how long do I wait for that to dry? I mean, you guys are watching it. It's literally, I don't know, a few seconds. It does feel like I have, like if you look, I always find these serums sticky. They're a little bit sticky. So there's going to be definitely a moisturizer on top to kind of seal that in the most, but it's not what you have to use. You should use what skin can tolerate. So if you have tretinoin and you can tolerate it, go for it. Use it at least 3 nights a week. But if you cannot tolerate this even 1 night a week, then stick with the retinol or retinol. I am going to use Mild Trainer lotion tonight. It is tretinoin 0.05. It is gel. I like it spreads a little bit easier on my face. That is a pea size of mine right there. That is how much you want to use for your entire face. Now notice I stopped the application right about here. For me, that is what I prefer because my eyes do tend to be dry. And I'm stopping my application of Mild Trainer or my prescription tretinoin right like on the underside of jawline, because I can use it maybe 1 or 2 nights a week on my neck and chest, but for purposes of the video I wanted to demonstrate something different. If I try to use the tretinoin on my neck and chest every single night, I end up with redness and irritation, and it's just not worth it to me. However, if I use the Rock Retinol Serum Stick, I have 0 irritation and I still get retinol application. Because of the way you're gliding, you're applying very small amounts of the retinol. Plus, this is the retinol. It's the most appropriate one for super sensitive skin. So this is going to go all the way down. Another thing this is going to do, hands. And sometimes I'll finish my entire skincare routine and then apply it to my hands at the very end. Other times I do it just as I'm using it. It just really depends. Now, could you apply your retinol or tretinoin to the neck and chest and hands? Sure, but it's important to remember that your neck, chest, and hands don't have the oil glands that your face does. So if your skin were to dry out, you are more likely to end up with irritation on your neck than you are on your face. Just some food for thought. Of note, once or twice a week, I will use estriol 0.3% cream. This is prescription from my local pharmacy. I don't think I'm going to use it tonight. I demonstrated the peptide for you guys for the morning. This is an interesting applicator they sent me, but it's very lightweight. I guess I am going to use some. This is not estradiol. This is not your vaginal cream. This is estriol. You could use it on top of your tretinoin, especially since mine is a lotion. Or if you have areas that you want to target, if you don't want to use it on your entire face, you can totally target areas like under the eyes or perhaps the neck, because those are the areas that don't tolerate the retinol very well. Okay, so I demonstrated estriol 0.3% cream application, really just a couple areas on my neck and under my eyes, just so you can kind of see what that looks like. I don't know if you've noticed, every time I finish, I wipe everything on the back of my hands, so I try to get as much on my hands and my forearms as I can. Usually when I'm doing my nighttime skincare routine, I don't have any of this on, like this is all open, so all of this goes down on my forearms. Now, usually when I'm doing my nighttime skincare routine, I will not demonstrate this part, but I'll tell you, I will do my body care routine right now. So I've applied all my actives. The only thing I have left is my face moisturizer. For my moisturizer right now, I'm using the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. I have this, I really like to color code them in my brain. I like the purple one right now. The teal light one is really more like a gel cream. The navy one's supposed to be really great overnight repair, but this is by far my favorite of them all. It feels heavenly. It has that galactomyces ferment filtrate for the base. It's really good anti-inflammatory. It feels super amazing. Okay. Now, I am not going to apply this to my face right this minute, because what I'm actually going to do is apply my body care, and then I'm going to come back and apply my moisturizer to my face, because I want my face skincare to really settle in. Body care is very important, you guys, and I didn't always do this, but my mid-40s, I would say I apply nighttime body cream on my entire body 99% of the time. My current two favorites is my Mrs. Feel Good and Mrs. Smell Good. I love them both. Okay, like love them both. This goes on my entire body. Now, 2 nights a week or so, I will apply either my tretinoin, the generic gel, or something like a retinol serum on my elbows, my arms, my abdomen, my knees, my forearms. Those are just the areas where I notice wrinkling. I hear from my patients that they're concerned about their knees, their elbows. I see traumatic purpura or those purple bruises on the forearms in my patients, and these things can prevent it. I don't do it every night. I do it 2 nights a week. For me, it's easy to remember because 2 nights a week is when I switch out my estrogen patch. So if I'm changing out my estrogen patch, I do my retinol in the body. I also have retinol body lotions that I use. I have Murad and Gold Bond, but I'm out of them right now. These are still my go-tos. And for the sake of completeness of the video, I want to add in something that I would not do like on a tonight night because it's my retinol night. But if it was my exfoliating night, I would use an exfoliating acid. I have about 3 that I rotate, and on the nights that I use my exfoliating acid, I do not personally use retinol. But if you have super tolerant skin, oily, thick, nothing tolerates it, you can try it. It is just not something that my skin can tolerate. I probably have not tried actually, and I have no interest in doing that. But the lowest potency acid that I have is the Sunday Riley Good Genes. It's the all-in-one lactic acid treatment. I will apply this maybe 1 night a week if my skin feels sensitive. This is a leave-on. It comes off like a really light serum. So you can totally do your toner if you wanted to do toner under it. Now, if I want to do something a little bit stronger than this, in the summer months especially, once or twice a week, I will use a glycolic acid from The Ordinary. This is like super runny. You cannot have toner under this. This just goes on clean skin directly. And I usually apply it with either like a cotton pad or just with my hands. and after it dries, I'll go ahead and apply moisturizer on top. Now, if I'm feeling really brave and I want extra exfoliation and I'm up for something spicy, I will use my girl Prequel. This is the multi-acid milk peel. It's a combination of AHAs. It is a little bit spicier than your ordinary. Has higher percentage of glycolic, but also has some lactic acid in it, and it has this super cool milky texture. You can use this on your entire body just like the glycolic acid. All right, this feels pretty settled in. We're gonna go ahead and do this moisturizer, and I'll go back and do my body care. You guys, if you like this format, will you let me know? I am going completely no script, no notes, nothing whatsoever, which is not like me. The video is probably gonna end up a million minutes long. I tend to ramble and get off topic, so I'm better off sticking to my script. But if you like this format, let me know. If you have questions, let me know. If you want a different routine, let me know. If I should just stick to my old-fashioned videos the way I've done them before with the outline, let me know that as well. Okay, for more fun content and shorter content, you can always find me on Instagram and TikTok at Dr. Aleksandra Brown. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Good night. Like we know.